Hey guys, welcome back. So we're gonna get started on the mission. This is going to be part 6 of my Fire Emblem Three Houses walkthrough in the Golden Deer, aka Claude's route. So we're gonna finish buying flowers. This is from Mercedes,
Thank you so much.
and then we're gonna get into the story.
Hey, Teach. Glad you can make it. We've been waiting on you.
It seems the knights have our foes cornered. They are in Xanadu, the Red Canyon.
It's bandit time? That sounds like real night work. Let's get to it.
I'm itching to put my skills to the test as well. We have to win so Captain Gerald can see how much I've learned.
I thought Gerald wasn't coming with us. Either way, I'll give it everything I've got.
Even if I go, it's not like I'd be of any use. That's enough of that. If we don't work together and give it our all, we are doomed to fail. You can be pretty intense sometimes, Lysithia. But I agree. Let's do our best.
If we fight half as well as we chatter, we'll be fine. Come on, Teach. Lead the way.
They give you one last opportunity to make any preparations, but we're pretty much set. Later on, that's going to be more important, but I'm just going to save, and then we're going to do the mission. Oh. Oops. So, like I said before, the early missions are kind of uninteresting. The students aren't very good yet, so it's a little bit of a struggle. It gets better later on, and by better, I think a lot better. Students become stronger and everything.
So, we are taking children into battle, are we? I'm not certain I will be able to sleep soundly after beholding something like that. I shall allow you to turn back the hands of time. But no, this power is not infinite.
So this is the main reason I decided to play casual instead of classic. It's because they give you the opportunity to use the Divine Pulse, and you have a lot. I think towards the end of the game, you can do it like 8 times a battle, and you can rewind it a lot. I don't plan on doing that. I think it's a waste of time. So for right now, I'm just gonna go forward in casual. We'll assess later on the other routes. Yeah, I'm not using Lawrence. Screw that guy. He's a creep. Okay, so we'll just adjust who goes where. Marianne can get experience from the back, so I'll just leave her. And then, yeah, we're good. I wish they could let you choose where you go and where Claude goes. You're generally in like a not a great area. Some battles you don't actually have to go.
Red Canyon. Doesn't look red to me. Anyway, let's get
Blood
things
is
started,
red,
Teach.
Claude.
Looks
Think
like
about
the
it.
thieves have been driven back. That's what we last heard, so no surprise there.
The knights chased us all the way here?
Chief, let's get out of here. There's no way we can win against them.
Shut your dumb mouth! Where would we go at this point? You can't be a thief if you fear death!
Alright.
I hear there's a back road to the west. We may be able to corner the enemy. In any case, we need to cross...
So this mission's weird because technically it's the first time they're killing anybody. So they're all gonna have something to say whenever they finish off an enemy. Like, I don't like that I had to do this, or something like that. It's not really worth it, but it does slow down the mission a lot, unfortunately.
I got this.
Oh yeah, and it's another thing. If you didn't know, if you press the plus button, you can plus or minus button, you can change the perspective of the battle. I don't use this. It hurts my brain. Some of the enemies later on get massive though, so it's kind of fun to see what that looks like. But whenever there isn't a chance for me to attack and I just have to move my units forward, I'm just gonna auto battle and then skip it. We'll just deal with wherever the computer puts me. It's probably not the best idea to put Claude up in the front lines, but I have 2 healers now, so it's not a big deal at all. And then I actually probably should have just equipped the axe.
Planning to just sit back and watch, but hey, I got one.
It is weird how cool she is about just killing a person. That's not going to go well with me, so we're going to use Lysynthia for right now. Miasma's strong enough. She has a lot of attacks, and most of them do similar things, in my opinion. I don't really take time to memorize what they do because I just use whatever is going to kill them. This should work. Unfortunately, Lysynthia is in my way, so I can't, like... Oh, I also should have gave Leonia a bow, but there's nothing I can do about that now.
How do you like that? Can I get... This is what I've trained for.
Stay focused.
Later on, you can turn your the teacher into a healer. So we'll wait for that. Having one healer is enough, especially if they have a certain healer spell called Physic, which can heal from wherever. Oh, it has like a long range of healing, because a lot of healers, they don't always have the same spells to actually heal people, which is a bit of a problem because it just makes some healers that are defaulted on your team worse than what you could have had.
Sorry.
Lysynthia, for example, she doesn't have Physic, but Marianne does. So with Lysynthia, it's not a big issue because she does other things well. They are also very nice about giving you healers just by playing the game, so you don't really have to worry about that.
Ready and willing.
I'll just do this. I'll equip an axe and then heal. Equip. Use. That should work. And then we just have Raphael and Hilda, and they're not going to do anything because they're too far away. Later on in the game, your movement can increase too, which makes everything a lot better. Alright, that's good for Claude.
I've reached the pinnacle.
So now we can make him a fighter. I plan on getting, particularly for the intermediate and the advanced classes, I plan on getting to those as quickly as possible. So maximizing class experience initially is a good way of doing that. So you don't want them to be like, so the different level of classes are gated off. So for the beginner classes, it's level 5. For the advanced classes, or for the intermediate, it's 10. And then for the advanced, it's 20. Let's heal Claudathan.
Yeah, thanks. Ready and
And
willing.
then he can snipe this guy with a bow. Pretty soon he'll get the close counter, so we don't have to worry about that. Old Cut will finish him off.
I'll try even. I'm sorry. I didn't have
I
a
didn't have a choice. It's fine, Bolt Cut. They weren't worth anything. Alright, and then we have Hilda go crazy with her axe. There's going to be a theme in this game of me having Hilda go crazy with her axe. And then Raphael should be able to kill this guy.
Plenty more where that came from. This is my first real fight.
And then I should be able to kill him. And then that'll bring me... What? I was sure I was gonna get my class mastery there, but I guess we'll have to wait. I'm not gonna waste her heal yet. Okay, so have Marianne come up, heal Leonie, and then have Leonie branch off to the left with a few other people. Claude and Hilda will go. Let's see where. I should be able to heal Hilda from there. And then have Claude. It should be fine, so I'm just gonna do the X thing again. And then we just move everyone else up. I think the max range for the noble class is 4, which is a bit of a problem early on. Some maps are small, so it's not that big of a deal, but this map is kind of large. I think Claude might die here. It's just the problem of being a bow unit or an axe unit early in the game. They're slow, so other characters can double attack you.
We stole this trick.
Let's think carefully.
So here's the introduction of gambits. Towards the end of the game, every character or every enemy you fight is going to have a battalion with them. So there's a solid chance they'll try to do something like that. Was disturbance. So if that hit, I wouldn't be able to move next round. I think my accuracy and attack go down. But different gambits do different things. So we're gonna once we get more money and once we unlock more units to have our a battalion units to attach to our students, we'll try to optimize that. The battalions also do stat increases, so you have to pay attention to that as well. We're just trying to get through the early missions as quickly as possible. This game gets a lot more interesting. So while the perspective changes, the first 12 missions are going to be the same regardless of who you play with, or which house you side with. So that's I'm gonna try to rush through it. So this is going to be the route I take the most time with these. Not doing anything useful. Alright. So Lysynthia is God early on with her magic attack. She generally doesn't kill anybody, but if she hits them, she will do a lot of damage. And once armor units get introduced later on in the game, it might be in another mission or two actually. She cares not for armor units and she will kill them pretty much instantly. We just have to worry about increasing her speed just a little bit more so she can attack twice. If it's like older Fire Emblem games, I'm pretty sure it is. If your speed stat is 5 more than the enemy speed stat, you get to attack twice. So later on in the game, it happens all the time. Raphael is the only one that doesn't happen for, which is why he's very good with gauntlets, because they attack twice regardless. And if he's faster, then they get to attack 4 times, which is really nice. See, this is a really useful skill for Marianne. This is generally what I use her for, physic. So that lets her heal allies that are farther away than you would otherwise be able to heal.
I'll celebrate later. I'm getting the hang of it.
Alright, so she gets the chest key. I'm not too worried about opening a lot of these chests. I will if they're easy, but I'm not going to go out of my way for them.
Oh dear. Maybe I would.
I feel uncomfortable when I have a bow unit out on an island like that. There's not much I can do early on. Bow units generally have high speed and high dexterity. Another thing that speed does is that if you have a high speed, the enemies will have a harder time hitting you. So with bow units, they start to become, or they basically master the art of dodging. Anybody need my help? I'm just gonna do it for now, to get experience.
Nice try.
And yeah, sorry for not having more interesting things to say. The battles, like I said, are a little long, so you just have to get through it. It's always been the problem with Fire Emblem games, is that they start you out in like a vanilla battling scheme and scenario. Later on, there'll be like explosions and giant monsters and all sorts of random crap that you'll have to contend with.
Won that.
So I'm doing a pretty good job of getting the masteries out of the way. So I just finished with the I think commoner. Get commoner class mastery for my own unit, so I'm not going to use him if I don't have to. This guy will not have a good time with magic. His resistance is 2, so Lysynthia is probably going to be the one killing him.
If you say so.
Bolt Cut's gonna hang on by a thread here, which is fine. Then I'm gonna have, so Leone and Ignatz are gonna be out of this battle. Once she opens the chest. I think it's just a seal. Wow, what's money? I could use money. Everyone can use money. So bow units, even later on in the game, they don't have close combat. Or close combat. Zinc Pokemon, close counter. So if you have a magic unit, I just kind of put them right next to each other.
Plenty more where that came from.
Okay. We're almost done. I think, is this a route the enemy one? No, I just have to defeat the enemy commander, so I'm gonna leave the little priesty guy over here on his own. A thief that can use magic. That's a new one. So I'll have Marianne come over here, heal Hilda. And then we'll end the turn. Unfortunately, Raphael doesn't like magic at all. But he has no problem killing magic units.
Should have trained better.
Alright, so between Lysynthia and Marianne, we should be able to take this guy out. I might need Hilda to come in with cleanup duty, but that should be alright. Yeah, he won't move, so having magic units that close to him isn't that big of a deal. So, mission over.
I should have never listened to that idiot.
still a delicate...
Those thieves ran out of luck when they entered this canyon. Your leadership was amazing, Teach.
Save, then story, and then we can finish up the episode.
I wonder why it is that you recall this place. You must be weak of heart. Each time I speak, it scares you so. Although the battle's at an end, do not feel too at ease. Well, anyhow, I am quite fascinated by this place. As far as I can tell, this is your first time here. How very odd. I wonder if somehow my memories have... I must admit I am unsure. Beyond the name and the strange feeling of familiarity, I can't seem to remember anything about this place. And yet, a great depth of emotions tied to that sense of familiarity. Like joy and sorrow, pain and love, and all things in between. If I was somehow here before, I wonder what took place.
Teach, what are you doing here? We should get back to the academy.
It is time to depart. But know that time reveals all things. One day I will remember that which I have lost. Oh, by the way, it seems you've earned my gratitude. The thieves who came here are no more. I am not sure myself, yet I am grateful all the same. In any case, you must become accustomed to my voice. If you fall down with shock each time I speak, that just won't do. Oh, you think you're standing strong? Of course you are. It was a jest.
Hey, Teach. On the way back, you seemed transfixed by the canyon. Did something happen there?
So Claude likes when you open up to him, but Sothis doesn't like when you share with people that don't need to know. So this, I don't remember, but I'm just gonna pick the one that sides with Claude. Sothis doesn't have traditional support levels, so
It seemed familiar to you? Huh. Can't say the same. Maybe it's a memory from when you were a child, or from a past life. Anyway, if you can't remember, I guess there isn't really much more to be said. Although, I'll admit, there is something about that canyon that has me captivated as well. How did Xanadu come to be called the Red Canyon? Nothing there was actually red.
So you have safely disposed of those bandits. I pray that their souls find salvation. But why did they target the students to begin with? We must further investigate the true cause of all that took place. Until we know more, I ask that you support the students and relieve them of any unnecessary worry. Good. I have high expectations for you. By the way, how was your time in Xanadu? Legend has it, in ancient times, a goddess alighted upon this world in that very canyon. For a goddess from the heavens, Xanadu could only have been a temporary haven.
This is one of those options where she's gonna say what she's gonna say regardless.
Long ago, the divine Seros received a revelation from the goddess. A gift to help guide the lost. The goddess is always watching over Fodlan from her kingdom above. However, in ancient times, the goddess graced this world with her presence and offered salvation to the people here. She is the mother of all life, the arbiter of every soul.
Huh. So, it's important to boost support with Rhea as much as possible early on. An event will happen later down the road, and if you don't reach enough support with her later on, or before that happens, basically her support conversations are going to be blocked, and you can't get them at all. So, obviously you can recover, but I'm going to try to figure this one out. Say my father never told me.
I see. During your time here, I pray that you come to devote yourself to the teachings of Seros.
Lady Rhea, I am sorry to interrupt. There is something I must ask about in regard to those bandits.
As you wish. We shall continue our discussion when next we meet.
A goddess? I have no memory of her. But then, I have no memory at all. Oh, how bothersome. It is as though I know, and yet I don't. Perhaps Xanadu was my home back when the goddess walked the land. If so, what does that make me now? A ghost?
I think her support goes down if that must be it. But it's fun to pick with Sothis. I'll pick on Sothis sometimes, but I'm just gonna say I don't know.
No, that cannot be. I am most certainly alive. Of course, we also have the mystery of why I'm here with you. Is it somehow connected?
Probably.
Perhaps some past regret is stopping me from moving on, and now I'm forced to stay with you instead. No, that's not it. I can't believe in such a meaningless existence.
Ouch. She's taking ownership in my head, and then she's gonna say that being with me sucks. It's rough. Alright. So I'm gonna end the episode here. Hopefully the alternating between monastery and mission, monastery episodes and mission episodes is gonna work out. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.